Making the decision to become a travel nurse is a big decision. I can remember when I kind of made that decision as well. I was very nervous, had lots of questions, and I really questioned it for a long time. So the Facebook group, the Travel Nurses Guide, has actually got a new feature. This is a guide feature. If you look down at the tabs inside the group where it says events, files, photos, there is now a tab that says guides. And I am able to add posts and videos to those guides. I'm going to try and make a kind of sequence of posts and guides that can help new or nurses get started into travel nursing or answer some of those beginning questions. So today's video is travel nursing right for me. If you've found this guide section already, the post above it or below it, I've already posted it. It is the 4 must-haves to start travel nursing. Not going to talk about those today, but definitely check out that post because you should not get started travel nursing unless you have all 4 of those must-haves. They are very important, and if you don't have just one of them, it could really set you up for failure. So definitely check out that video. So now I'm going to take it a step further. Let's assume you have all 4 of the must-haves, but you're still on the fence, and it's never just that simple. The next 2 things that really make the decision hard: is it right for me financially, and is it the right thing for my family? So those are 2 of the big questions that we get, and it's different for everybody. So again, I'm going to keep this very short and simple, but just from my understanding and from my experience, financially, it's usually more financially beneficial for a newer nurse versus a nurse who's been at a hospital, say, for 15 years or 20 years. And the reason being is because the more experienced nurses has received more raises over time. So a new nurse, where I was working as a staff nurse, made pretty much $22, $23 an hour. But a nurse who had been working at that hospital for 15 years or closer to 20 years would be making closer to $50 an hour, meaning that it's way more beneficial for a newer nurse to leave their staff job and start traveling versus a more experienced travel nurse or a nurse who has been at that job and received several raises. I guess a more highly paid travel nurse is one thing to consider. Also, usually nurses who have been at a hospital longer, they have a little more seniority. Maybe they don't have to work as many holidays, don't have to work as many weekends. Just some things to consider. Maybe that's not important to you. Maybe it's still worth going and traveling. But typically, just from my experience, it's more beneficial for a newer nurse. And this is definitely true with pre-COVID rates. Now we're seeing some COVID crisis rates, and it's really beneficial for almost everyone financially because these crisis COVID rates are just through the roof in most places. So again, this advice is more pertaining to pre-COVID pay rates. The second thing is more like the family responsibility. Are you able to travel? Are you able to, work 4 hours away from your home? Maybe you have little kids. Maybe you don't have someone to watch after them or a spouse, or you're not able to bring them with you. Maybe travel nursing is still for you, but you can't travel as far away, meaning you can only go, say 50 miles away or 100 miles away, or maybe just the hospital next door. All those are okay and completely fine. With that being said, the smaller a distance you're willing to travel, the less options you have as a travel nurse. Less options means less options to negotiate as well. So you're a little less flexible, and usually you're sacrificing a little bit of negotiation leverage with that. So just know it's a little bit riskier if you're only willing or able to travel a shorter distance versus someone who is willing to go almost anywhere. So with that being said, those are two more things to consider before you start travel nursing. I hope this helps. If you have questions, post them down below. Also, if you're watching this, hit the like button or subscribe to the channel if you're seeing this on YouTube. And I certainly appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you.